Let's do this.
Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to episode 97 of the Two Dum Yinzers. 97, Mike. 97. Kendrell
90.
Bell. We got three episodes after today, man. It'll be the big century mark. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm doing great. Speaking of Kendrell Bell, though, man, my ankle's kind of hurting.
From sticking people with the line or what?
Every time I hear of a athlete getting a high ankle sprain anymore, all I can think of is Kendrell Bell. More or less, that's what sidelined his career was the dreaded high ankle sprain. He could never heal from it.
What a hammer! What a hammer!
Dude was a beast, man. His rookie year, he came out of nowhere. I'm like, we got one.
You know, he put me in mind of. He put me in mind of Clowney. The guy could stick you harder than anybody else on that field, and everybody on that field could stick you pretty fucking hard.
Yeah,
you know,
dude he was an absolute beast. He was because it was what him and Levon Kirkland in the middle.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds right. I don't remember exactly who was all there, but I remember they had a pretty decent linebacking core when he was there.
Yeah. I think like Chad Brown and shit like that. Yeah, man, this is.
I think he was out of Georgia.
Yeah.
And I recall seeing hits that he had when he was in Georgia and thinking, man, this guy's a fucking hammer.
Oh.
And sure enough, we got him, man.
He was fun. He was fun to watch.
Yeah. He was, the thing about him, he wasn't a great linebacker. He was a damn good linebacker. He could hit you hard. He did a lot of the small things, but you know what? There was just something about him that didn't allow him to be that next level of linebacker.
Yeah, but at that time though, he was that freak though. Not many people were that size back then,
right?
And were able to move like he moved.
He was more size than ability, I think, and that's what kept him from being great. And then, of course, like you said,
it was the injuries, man. Yeah,
the guy he was a physical freak in nature.
Oh yeah, like he was like the freak before Javon Curse was the freak.
Yeah,
he just had he just happened to play middle linebacker, so you kind of get lost in the wake there.
And the thing is, I mean, we always talk about consistency. That was just one thing that he was never able to do because of injuries, and and that goes a long way.
Yeah, and because he went from Pittsburgh to Kansas City, then I think he was out of the league not too long after that. But he was fun to watch.
Yeah, he was. He was like I said, he any given play he could stick you in that stick you right in your tracks kind of shit,
Look at that, 3 minutes in, and we come in firing hot.
Firing hot, baby. So far, what I found out, Mike, about the pickle juice drinking contest up at Picklesburg.
All right.
Okay, so you have to drink a quart of pickle juice in the fastest time. The person who drinks their quart of pickle juice in the fastest amount of time wins $500. To me, that's 3 strikes, like on Family Feud. Remember how when there's a wrong answer? For 1, drinking pickle juice, and for 2, drinking it fast, and only for $500. 3 strikes, I am out. However, you can enjoy yourself up at Picklesburg this weekend. I will not be there.
No, I'm good. Remember the Man Show?
Yeah.
The old guy who people try to chug against, how he would just throw it back and just instantly swallow the whole beer.
I do remember him.
He could go to imagine him now if he was still alive and he'd go to that pickle drinking competition. He'd win the $500 fast. He'd just slam it back and go. If I could drink that fast, that's the only way I would drink pickle juice.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, the guy drank alcohol the way he did pickle juice should be like nothing, right?
It should be nothing, yeah. Just slam it back. Oh, God, having to chug it. Ugh. I don't know if it's having to chug it or having to drink it throughout the day.
Oh.
Because if you had to drink it over if you had like a half hour time period to drink it, you can kind of get used to it. You would think.
Oh, you're nasty.
Oh, you don't know how nasty I am.
Bruh.
Yeah. Bruh's right. Yeah.
Bruh. Another thing I wanted to talk about. Let's do sports first.
All right.
Get that out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Pirates break the 5-game skid. The only skid in Pittsburgh right now is in Mike's underpants. The Pirates, however,
not even close.
They break the skid. Brian Reynolds has 3 home runs.
Yes.
And the Buccos 8-7 victory over the Nationals last night. The Pirates are 30-45. The Nationals are 29-49. And the Pirates return home to play a 4-game set against Milwaukee.
Look at that. Like Brian Reynolds had 4 home runs and the Buccos still only won by 1 run.
Yes.
If that doesn't sum up Pirate baseball, I don't know what does.
Yeah. The Yankees would have won that game 17-4.
Yeah. I was on Twitter and baseball writer Buster Only. If you follow baseball, you know who he is. He's talking about how Reynolds started off slow. Other execs around the leagues were saying, they may have paid too much for him, but now his numbers are back up, and here's like 4 teams where he could possibly land. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right for the Buccos.
That's
we're either overpaying for a guy or that he's producing so well. Here's a list of 5 teams that he would work well with.
Yeah. We can already tell you that the guys that ain't gonna be around too long.
Yeah, him, Cruz,
and the rest of the players on the team who ain't worth a shit will just overpay them for the next 10 years and guarantee the team stinks.
Looking at you, Brian Hayes.
Julian Edelman is leaving the door open for a possible return to the NFL, mentioning Tampa Bay as a possible landing spot.
Of course, it would be Tampa Bay. The only quarterback who can make it worth it.
This is so stupid. When we used to play ball when we were kids, you didn't want to be on the best kid's team. You wanted to face the best kid. You wanted to beat the best kid. At least I did, and people in my neighborhood did. All these people just joining the good team. I don't know. That's kind of cheap to me.
Yeah, hey, in the NBA, you build super teams. In the NFL, you find the best quarterback and go there.
Yeah.
I mean, like what at a certain point, like once you make your money, it's like, all right, let's go win a ring. Or once you win your ring, go make your money. Like Edelman, you had both. Hang it up, dude. Right. Wasn't he the one who had like all those concussions?
I don't think. I could be wrong.
I couldn't remember. I didn't know if he had like injury problems or concussions or not. Yeah.
Oh, he was just that little fast white shit.
I might be getting him confused with someone else, but I thought he got like a couple concussions or a couple bad injuries.
I could be wrong.
No, like because if that's the case, even if I'm not remembering correctly, you already retired, you already made your money, you already got your rings. Why come back?
No. Basically, because he knows Tom Brady's going to be throwing the ball to him every single
right?
time.
Build those stats up, baby.
Lineup anymore? It's going to be a whole thing. I mean, it's going to be the Julian Edelman show, and he knows it.
Like when you have the other 2 wide receivers that they have down there, it's going to create a lot of space for you.
Yeah. And he does that. In the slot, those seam patterns.
Yep. Uh-huh.
The way Tom Brady gets the ball right to him so fast, it's almost impossible to stop, man.
It is too, man. Tom Brady, he's damn good quarterback, but you also like the systems that he played in, they're just perfectly tailored to him.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying like he's a system quarterback as like an insult. They just built the system around what he could do, and you run it like clockwork. No one's going to stop you.
That's smart management,
Yeah. Whereas like every other team in the league, they don't want to tailor their offense to the quarterback. Right. It seems like oh, we got to make a system that he fits. We're going to make him fit our system. No, make your quarterback plays away. Build the system around
your loser system. You're going to bring a good quarterback in and make him adapt to your loser system.
Yeah, Brady, he wasn't known for having the deepest arm. All right, let's get a bunch of fast guys that can run across the middle, and every once in a while get a guy who can throw it deep. So when we do throw it deep occasionally, we don't have to throw it that far.
Yeah,
perfect.
So it is. It's a perfect situation, I think, for Edelman. And I kind of tend to lean toward he'll make his return.
I can see it. Like, hey, he saw Gronk come back, win a Super Bowl, figures, fuck it, Gronk's retiring. There's a spot open, maybe.
Yeah.
See if I can break into that wide receiver room.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think he could come back and make a lot of noise, man. Good for him, good for the Buccaneers if that happens. But
that receiver core just gets better and better.
Yeah, and that's all Brady needs. All those years where he had average receivers, look what he did.
Yeah, now he has a couple studs in Godwin and was it Evans on the other side.
Yeah,
it's beastly.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Kenny Pickett's jersey sales almost tops in the NFL. Mike, he's amongst the tops in jersey sales. I think that I think that comes down to a lot of things. I mean, obviously Pittsburgh having such a large fan base that expands everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to jump the gun and get the next Ben Roethlisberger shirt. Because not too many people didn't have Ben Roethlisberger shirt, so now that Kenny Pickett is supposed to be the man moving forward, I think a lot of people are investing in getting their jerseys, man.
Yeah, when I saw that infographic, like yesterday or today, I saw it and I was shocked he was that high. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
really, this guy. Like there's a lot of other rookies I would put ahead of him. I would buy their jerseys before him, and that just surprised me. But I think you're the first you're the first quarterback drafted in the draft, and you're into like a very popular franchise.
That's the key.
And like Pickett fans and supporters, they are rabid, so it really doesn't surprise me.
I think if Kenny Pickett was the number 1 draft pick by the
I can't even remember who had the first
Titans. I don't think his jersey sales are where they're at now. If he was the number 1 quarterback pick in Chicago, I don't think his jersey sales or whatever. I think the Steeler fan base has a large part to do with that. People like their black and gold gear. Like I said, the largest supporting.
Yeah.
Mexico. The Steelers are their team. You know what I'm saying? I think that plays a big part. I don't think people are super nuts about Kenny Pickett just yet. Could it happen? It could, and it might not. So I don't know, but I do think that the colors, I do think it's the uniform, the jersey that's helping propel those sales. Which, whatever, I dig, man. We're Steeler fans, and anywhere you go, it's nice to see black and gold.
Yeah, and I don't think it's Kenny Pickett's charisma that's selling those jerseys either.
People are starting to compare him to Joe Burrow. Guy hasn't even
where?
In the NFL.
I'm just trying to figure out where is this coming from all of a sudden? Like, oh, he's the next Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was unanimous number 1 overall pick. Kenny Pickett he might be taken from in the first round, the second round. We don't know where he's going to go, what he's going to do.
Joe Burrow throws 8 touchdowns in a national championship.
Yeah, right.
Kenny Pickett decides not to play in his bowl game.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett beat Clemson once on a down year.
Hey, Clemson's Clemson though. I don't play that down year shit, man.
Oh, that team was terrible. That team was horrible.
Hey, they beat everybody. They beat everybody.
No, not last year. Not last year.
Michigan. The only team they didn't beat was Eastern Michigan, and then that fluke in Miami.
Yep. But yeah. When I started seeing that on my timeline on Twitter, it was like, oh, people are comparing him to Burrow. So I'm like, well, they're both white. They're both quarterbacks in the AFC North.
I like it.
Like, I'm just trying to find the similarities.
I like it. Of course, I'm a Steeler fan. I'm a Pitt fan. I like people making the comparisons, but I am a smart enough person to understand.
Right, yeah.
The guy hasn't played a down of football yet.
Yeah.
If he comes out and lights it up, you know what? More power to him. We got
exactly. Yeah.
Then there's going to be a whole different storyline that we're going to be facing down the road. So I dig that people are buying his jerseys, but his story has still got a long way to go.
Would I love it if he became the next Joe Burrow? Hell yeah.
No, you would. You would bitch about him every week. You would say that he's not living up to his potential.
I'd be like,
living up to his money, and
I mean, like the real Joe Burrow would have made that throw. The real Joe Burrow would have willed the team to victory.
I haven't heard you stop bad mouthing TJ Watt since he's been in the league. The only thing he's done is everything. And
except here's TJ Watt in the fourth quarter with the game on the line, sucking air on the sidelines like he's Darth Vader. We got Tuska out there taking snaps in crunch time. Then there's Ben, arm falling off, held together chicken wire, leading the team back because the defense gave up another late fourth quarter touchdown.
The guy led the team in the playoffs. The last game they played in the play against the I don't remember. I think it was against Kansas City with touchdowns at one point. He had more touchdowns than the offense had.
Hey, it was about time. It was about time in a big game TJ Watt did something.
After having as many sacks as anybody ever had in the NFL in one season.
No, Michael Strahan and him had the same amount of sacks.
That's what I'm saying. As many sacks as anybody. I mean, he had never had, nobody had more.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't see you. I don't see you falling on the Pickett bandwagon.
Hey, he has to earn it. I'm sorry, his college career was unimpressive. He had one good year, and the three before that were subpar. So who's the real Kenny Pickett?
The real Kenny Pickett, please stand up.
And then with your little tiny hands.
Oh, with the hands.
Well, I think Kenny and I probably have like the same size hands.
I'll do an over and under at some point. I'll do an over and under at some point to see how long I think it'll be before you actually say something good about him. We're not going to do that today, but we will because I have another over and under we're going to do today. But before we go there, I just wanted to say I got pens, Mike.
You got pens?
I got pens. I got a whole pack of pens. I'm not falling into that shit again. I had half of my information written and the other half in that deep press paper push.
Uh-huh.
And I was just ready to cry yesterday, man.
Like most people go out and buy like 2-3 pens. You bought like the industrial 85 pack of pens.
I did.
From now until the end of time, you have a pen.
Yes. One more sports story. Coors Light is releasing Colorado Avalanche beer, which is going to be made with the Champions ice from Ball Arena. They're going to take the ice, melt it down, and put some of the water in their beer. I like that. I like those kind of things.
That is kind of cool. Now, would you drink it or would you just like have the can on your?
I wouldn't drink it. No. It would be worth way more being, always staying in there.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might get somebody's hawker or something that spit on the ice.
You would hope it would be filtered and purified. You would hope.
You take a big swig and it feels like there's an egg yolk floating around in your mouth.
God damn it, McKinnon. I knew that was you, hawking loogies.
So that be the sports.
Don't chug coffee.
The fuck was that?
Coffee, man. Tried to kill me.
Epstein's wife, yesterday, of course, we talked about, she is sentenced to 20 years.
Jesseline, I think it's how it's pronounced.
I like Jizzland.
Of course you would love Jizzland.
Jizzland is doing 10 less years than R. Kelly. Think about that for a minute.
They both did the same thing.
Yes, they did.
Once again, women getting the easy route.
So my over-under,
it's a joke.
My over-under of the week, Mike, is going to be how long Jizzland survives in prison. And I'm going to say the over-under, let's call it 4 months. She's either going to die early or it's going to happen down the road to where the authorities are a little bit more savvy this time around. Let's let her sit for a while and then she can commit suicide when she's in there X amount of time. Yeah. So we'll do that. What's your over under, man?
I was gonna say 6 months.
6 months?
6 months.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. I'll mark you down for 6 months.
All right.
I'm not too far off. I mean, that's ballpark of where I was thinking.
Yeah,
What did
like
I say?
you
3
said
months?
4. You said
4
4.
months.
Yeah, you said 4. Yeah, I'm thinking 6. Give
I'll go
enough
with
time.
5. I'll just go with 5, just because I was thinking around 6.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a little bit over. I'm gonna go 5 months.
yeah. Like I would be shocked
Yeah,
if she makes it a year.
me too. Me too. So Bam Bam got 6 months on the over under. I got 5 months.
Oh, why am I Bam Bam all of a sudden? Because I hated that nickname. Yeah, the silence says it all. Oh, fuck
So
you
there we
too.
have it. The over under is set for Jizzland. What did you ask me?
What? Huh? Yeah, you called me Bam Bam. Mm-hmm.
I thought you loved that nickname.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bam Bam Cam, yeah. That's why you only won 1 Super Bowl.
So I think that the yeah, like I said, I mean R. Kelly getting 30
Yeah.
years and her getting 20 years, that's pretty fucked up.
I have to assume that it's because in her case she gave up people.
Oh, big time. No two ways
I
about
wouldn't it wouldn't surprise me. And then and then what R. Kelly did too. Like they're just both like they both got less time than they should have.
Yeah.
For
R.
you, like
Kelly
you,
will be 85 when he cashes out of prison.
you know how much he's gonna get peed on in prison.
Oh yeah. And her, you would think being underneath, you'd think being in custody under total surveillance all the time,
Mm-hmm.
you think that you would be safe, but we've seen that to be proven
Yep.
otherwise in our prison systems here in America.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her chances, man. Because here's the thing, I mean, there can be paid people on the inside. These people are so fucking rich and so powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There could definitely be an inside job done by other people who aren't the guards, who isn't a suicide. It just takes giving somebody a little bit extra money somewhere and making it happen.
Yep. And like the crimes that that she did, and even in women's prisons they don't tolerate that nonsense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But I'm going 6 months.
Yeah, I wish they would do like a reality thing where you could just kind of watch her all the time and see what she's doing. Oh, there's Jizzlin taking a shit,
Once again, of course you would get to that spot. That. Oh.
The other day, Mike, we spoke about another one. The Taco Bell new products. What I learned is the Cheez-It is this big.
What?
It's 16 times the amount of a Cheez-It. It's like this big, and it sits in the tostada. They make it put the big Cheez-It in, then they close it up. If you get a chance, pull up a picture. It's a big Cheez-It.
Oh.
I want to have a box of them.
Oh, if I knew how to spell. That's just like the worst thing. You can't. Oh, come on now. Well, I'm trying to find it. It won't let me pull up images and shit.
All right, I got to move on, Mike.
You have to. You just move on because I'm having a rough one here.
Another one. All right. The first case of monkeypox reported in Pittsburgh, Mike. Monkeypox have arrived.
That ain't fun.
No.
And then, you get this more or less. A lot of it's, you have open sores. Like, why are you touching people if you got open sores on your hands and shit?
Yeah, I read yesterday that it's more. It's spreading more through gay people, through people of homosexual lifestyle. For some reason or another, it's spreading a lot faster through those communities.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's like I don't know. Maybe it's because or just people, with everything going on right now, with all the celebrations, just, people are out, you're in close contact and you're not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
Or what? Or is it once again trying to, stigmatize? What the hell is it? I want the truth. And I found the picture of that Taco Bell thingy.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, see, look.
That's a big ass. That's a big ass cheese.
I'm failing right now. I
I
tried to
don't know
show.
what you're doing.
I was trying to show the people what it looked like. But monkeypox, man.
Hell no. Can
Man,
you imagine all these Furbies, all these flurries going back home after they leave Pittsburgh and they all have monkeypox?
Well, you would think they would be safe because they got the whole get up on.
Yeah, but don't they do it?
Maybe they keep the suits on. I don't know. Like, I'm not a furry. I don't know. I just know what I read, and you know how that is. You read half the stuff is from people who don't like the people that are just putting out random shit. Bruh. I don't know. I like that would be kind of. That's the kind of live show I would go watch.
A big furry orgy.
Yes, I would for science.
Yeah,
I would go and watch just to see how the logistics work.
There were a lot of furries. I seen an aerial view yesterday of all the furries. They were kind of like one of them pictures, like kind of have a graduation when you're in high school, like where everybody just kind of jam packs together. There's a lot of furries up in Pittsburgh right now, man. Or yeah. I'm not sure when it ends, but
yeah, because I know it's still. I think it's still going on.
The furries were aplenty.
Hey, more power to you. Well, to backtrack real quick, like monkeypox, a lot of it spreads. Like sex is like one of the big spreaders of it.
Yeah.
And now people saying also the homosexual community that they're the cause of it. It's running rampant. People are trying to say. I think people are just jealous because they're having more sex than you are. I think that's what it is. People.
It looks like genital warts all over their body, man.
Hey, doesn't matter. Had sex.
What?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Had sex. I will, covered in. Hey, have sex or getting covered in warts all over your body temporarily. I know what way I'm going.
Well, why was that? Why would you not get warts if you have sex?
Well, because they monkeypox. One of the big transmitters is bodily contact, and get that from happy fun time. I'd take the chances. I'd roll the dice.
You'd go with some monkeypox?
I'd go with some monkey. Yeah, hell yeah. People like, how'd you get those monkeypoxes? I'm like, yeah, you know why. Up top.
Oh, I don't know about that, man.
Self high five. Yeah. And I think people are just jealous.
Hell no.
That, other people are having more sex than they are.
Here's something. And I'm pretty sure I brought this up before because this is a thing.
You could have.
But the how AIDS totally disappeared. Basically, I don't think that the younger generation even knows what AIDS is. But now,
yeah. Oh God, yeah. We talked about this a while ago.
Yeah, and I just think that now with people that a lot of younger people, they don't give a shit. Condoms don't even mean anything to a lot of kids. Why is AIDS not popping up anywhere? I mean, they used to have specials, MTV. You go home and there'd be a movie made about a kid who had AIDS, and there's just no education at all. I got kids, and I've seen what these kids have learned. AIDS just doesn't exist.
Oh well, yeah, I'm not going to go down that road, but it's like we said before, it is weird. Like we grew up and that's all you heard. But I think right now, a lot of it is, I just think I don't know. Science has learned so much on how to more or less like have drugs to help suppress it, to help fight it off, to lower your chances of contracting it. Once you contract it, the medication is better. The science, we have years and years now of data and research. Okay, this works, that doesn't work. So they kind of know what to do more. So it's, it's still deadly, but it's, God, man, from what it was 40 years, 30 years ago to what it is now, it's not even the same.
Yeah.
So I think that's
I remember my mom telling me not to touch anything in a public bathroom so I don't catch AIDS.
Yeah. Well, isn't
you know
that,
what I mean?
Yeah. This is probably how people felt back, like when like dysentery was a huge thing. You had to worry about dysentery. And then all of a sudden they figured out what causes it, how to mitigate it, and then boom, you don't worry about it anymore. And then you're like sitting around talking to a buddy like we are, going, "Hey, whatever happened to this?" So I think it's just, we found out how to how to manage it and live with it and not eradicate it, but
I learned about dysentery through Oregon Trail.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Oregon Trail, I wouldn't know what dysentery was.
Me either.
So that goes to show you, you know what I mean? They didn't teach us. Well, how the fuck are we supposed to know? They're not teaching these kids. How are they supposed to know?
They probably taught us, dude. Like when people say, "Oh, I wish they would have taught us this in school." I start to go, "Yeah, me too." Then I realized, wait, I wasn't paying attention half the time in school, so I don't know what they talked about.
Yeah.
So if they did talk about it, I probably just would have tuned it out as well.
Yeah, I did a lot more not paying attention. So I mean, that's a very good possibility,
right? It was probably like, this day we talked about this. I'm like, nah. I was drawing dicks on the table again.
You were drawing dicks. Remember, I spoke to your teacher at one time, and she told me that you like to draw peepees and boobies on your desks and in your books.
Mm-hmm. Well, like who doesn't?
You know what I did one time, Mike? Did you ever, and I'm sure you did, because a lot of kids know, but if you open up your textbook and you took your eraser and erased really hard, you could actually take the print off the pages. Did you ever do this?
No.
Yeah. So I would go and sit in the back of the class and not pay attention, and I would erase every word on one whole page and then close my book up and just go on with my day. And throughout my school life, I did this many a times. I mean, there was people that were getting books after I had them that had nothing on pages.
Maybe this is why the education level in this area is down. You single-handedly have made this area dumber.
Hell no.
Right?
That's possible, man. Like I did that countless times.
You're like,
it was just all these times I'm sitting there not paying attention. Just what the fuck, start erasing.
Forget book burning. I'm just gonna erase random pages that have pertinent information.
Yes.
That's
this is the way to change history in America.
That's it. just block it out and go. God.
Bruh.
Like so you got the CIA and the FBI, using black marker to redact information. You're just like, nah, just give me an eraser.
Yeah. Jesus. That's information only the cool kids knew.
So how did you know?
Another one. New Coke flavor marshmallow with hints of strawberry and watermelon is going to become available on July 11th. The new Coke flavor, it's marshmallow with hints of strawberry and watermelon, and it's also going to be available in Coke Zero.
Just the thought of those three flavors combined does not sound good.
No,
unless
I just marshmallows would make me think of like a cream soda, and I'm not a big fan of cream soda.
Yeah,
but I could be wrong. That's just what I think of. Like it's that hit your tongue right there,
Yeah, I can see maybe if like you're gonna use it as a mixer for like vodka, because they have like the whipped cream vodka, the strawberry vodka. You just mix them together. This one, you just go buy your bottle of vodka and just crack a Coke, vodka, pour it together, good to go. Exactly. Yay.
The children love the vodka.
They do. The kids love the vodka.
So there you have it. July 11th, July 11th. If Bam Bam wants to try out his new Coke, it's going to be available on.
The fucking Coke needs to bring back the Coke Zero Orange.
Really?
That shit you get that, a bottle of Bacardi Limon, and you just mix it together and you're done. You're done for the day. That's all you need.
Damn, it must be true.
It is. It is.
All right. I'm going to take your word, man.
Oh, so good. Maybe that's why I gained like 20 pounds sitting at home. I just drink those all day long.
Uber driver says she more than doubled her monthly tips to $2,600 a month after swapping her Toyota Camry for a Tesla Model 3. People are paying higher tips because she's driving a Tesla.
Oh, wow. That's weird. Well, I can see, people, will look, hey, if you have a nicer car, they'll give you more money, which is weird.
Yeah.
I think if you had like a beater, they give you more money. Hey, help you out.
Right. No,
that's weird.
They I don't know. I don't know what it is.
But she said $2,600 in tips a month.
Yes.
Woo. She got it. Well, she's probably living in a nice area that has money.
Well, I'm not familiar with Uber, but like I do with on DoorDash. I mean, there's a recommended amount of tips that just added into. I mean, does Uber do it different to where, this lady has a nice car, I'm going to tip her more money? I wouldn't be able to do that with DoorDash.
I think you can tip like after.
Okay.
Like you do the whole thing, you pay for it, and then they come in, and then I think like after you get dropped off or whatever, you can add a tip in there. And I think you can also people, it's supposed to have like a tip jar, but people can give you the tip cash money too. So
I mean, if I'm buying 3 tacos and it's costing me $40, you're not getting a tip from me. I'm just saying, extra on top of what I'm paying.
Yeah, but but that's just wow. All because she switched a car, but she's probably having to pay more on car payments.
Yeah.
Well, it must be nice to be able to. I just traded my Camry for a Tesla. She probably already has money, so
yeah.
If not, though, hey, good for her.
Absolutely. Another one. Here's one. Now, I find this interesting. I had this conversation with a friend the other day. We were talking, and I recognized this issue a while back. A lot of people don't realize it even exists. But let me read this one to you, Mike. Pedophile Eamon Goodfella. What he did, Mike, he paid foreigners to abuse children on video while he watched. He attempted to he was going to pay money to have people do demented shit to vulnerable, defenseless children. Now, I read about a year ago that the deep web,
the dark web.
Apparently, if you go into the dark web, you could get a bunch of things that you can't get out here. It's totally cryptic. You could go in, you could, get prostitutes, you could get weapons, you could get drugs. And one of the things that I read was these people in Europe, and possibly here with all the human trafficking and people that's being kidnapped, they set these sites up because it's encrypted, I'm sorry, and they have, like the one that I seen back when I was reading the article, the guy basically had a dungeon.
Yeah.
He built a dungeon and he videotaped, and he would bring kids in and hurt them. And the person on the other end of the camera gives you their what they want you to do to the kid. Yeah. And then just like a girl on OnlyFans, then you send your money through. So, I mean, you could, they could be raping kids. They could be cutting their hands off. They could just be torturing them. They could murder them. And I remember talking about this when I first read about it, and people think that's fucking crazy. But with everything that's going on with the number of human trafficking numbers going up, the number of kidnappings going up, the number of people just insane out of their fucking mind anymore, I don't doubt this. But this Eamon Goodfellow, now he got what happened was they set him up.
Yeah.
The authorities went into the dark web, pretended to be somebody, and it wasn't. And he wanted to get this person to torture children while he watched, and he got busted for this. So anytime that you're thinking about, these kids getting kidnapped and Amber Alert, you don't put much thought to it. Just think of, and I'm sure the percentage is low that this happens, but that's a really, really bad thing, man.
Yeah. This like reminds me of like remember, oh god, I forget the movie. Never mind now. It reminds me of Eli Roth. There was a Hostel, of how like they would kidnap teens and young adults from like hostels, and then they would pay to torture them.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, that would never happen. Then
There's all these motherfuckers.
shit like this probably does happen because people, you don't even have to be rich for it. You just have to have, the money just to do it. That people will, stuff like that has probably gone on all throughout time. Now it's just easier for them to access it.
And now the people that might have not have done it before, might not know it was a thing, they could enjoy it and decide to partake. I just hate it. Like I said, you can go to the dark web. I mean, you could hire hitmen. It's dangerous shit, man. And again, it falls into that gray area where it's it's encrypted, and these people get away with it probably a lot more than they should.
Probably. And it doesn't surprise me because shit like this has always happened and will continue to happen. Unfortunately, it just sucks.
Absolutely.
Come on, giant meteor. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, they keep teasing us with shit like that, but do you see a fucking giant meteor coming?
No.
Or
if they do, they're passed so far away from us, it doesn't even matter.
They're like, this one's really close. It's like 10 million miles away.
In the grand scheme of things, this is really fucking close, though.
What's that?
In the grand scheme of things, though, it is kind of close.
I'll take 10 million miles separation, but like I said, I don't think that I would be. I don't know. I guess I don't want a gazillion people getting killed, but
I'm all for just hit the reset button.
Send that meteor.
Right, just hit the reset button. Just make sure I go in the first wave. I don't want to suffer.
Yeah. You don't want to fly on that large airplane that could stay up in the air for years.
No, breathing that recycled air.
Especially with them idiots. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to be with them idiots anyway.
I wouldn't even want to be with me.
Another one. You're lucky I changed topics on that one.
Rude.
Putin says apparently him and Boris Johnson have been having this macho thing going on back and forth. And Putin says, quote, Boris Johnson topless would be a disgusting sight. And of course, Putin riding across the field on his horse, no shirt on. He takes a jab. He takes a jab at Boris Johnson's body.
This coming from the guy who has someone picking up his poop. I mean, come on, Vlad. No. Last time I saw some video of Vlad, he wasn't looking too hot himself.
I tell you what, this guy's sure working his way into infamy, ain't he? He was always just kind of this weird leader from Russia. He was, in the, whatever the hell that was. He was in the Russian mafia.
He was the KGB.
KGB, and he was always that. But now, I mean, he's really turning into a villain, ain't he?
Oh, he's been a villain for a while now, but now he's going into like super villain territory now.
Yeah.
It's like he's trying to, he wants to get up there with like some of the greats throughout history, Pol Pot, Hitler, Stalin. He's trying to get up to that level.
I guess genocide's the way to go. If you're
top, that's the title of the episode. I guess genocide's the way to go.
If you were trying to be that ultimate Hitler, Stalin, whatever, genocide seems to be the common, We're
getting t-shirts made.
Coming soon on www.2dumyinzers.com.
I don't know. We might have to find a different place to make those.
We'll sell them on the dark web.
So those off the trunk of my car.
That with them hot dogs that you've been peddling out of the trunk of your car.
That drive-through lane at the hot dog shop still out.
I'm sorry?
That drive-through lane at my local hot dog shop, the one that comes out the dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
It's still closed.
Is it?
Yeah, I cry
I want to go. I can't wait till they get the new Taco Bells so they could send our tacos through them things.
Yeah, I want to get smacked in the face by a taco. Moving on.
Another one. Machine Gun Kelly covered in blood after smashing glass on his face during a live performance. Machine Gun Kelly, is he worth it, or is he just going to be a drop in the bucket? I mean, 5 years from now, is he going to be here and gone?
Like,
or is Machine Gun Kelly going to be a weirdo that we could talk about for?
He might be the weirdo we talk about because because while Eminem got roasted him so bad he had to quit rap. Then he goes and has a feud with Corey Taylor. Corey Taylor more or less had him pushed, Machine Gun Kelly more or less had to quit like rock or whatever he was trying to do. So who knows what he's doing now?
Yeah, I think he's just, he'd be better off just being a public figure, because people like him, they could gain a lot of traction. It could gain a lot of popularity by not doing anything. Like right now, he smashed a glass over his face. I think he tried to commit suicide recently. He married that chick, and they're drinking each other's
Megan
blood.
Fox.
Yeah, and the thing is, he could be one of these people that are just interesting and people pay attention to just because, like a lot of these internet sensations are nowadays. It's not bad to have the background, say, hey, I'm a rapper, but I think that he could be one of these people that somebody sit down and watch a reality show every Sunday night because it's bizarre.
Yeah, did you see? He played Tommy Lee in that Motley Crue movie. He wasn't bad.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, try acting or something, dude, because you got ran out of the rap game. You're getting run out of another genre of music. You open your mouth, you say stupid shit to people who've been doing it forever,
right?
And they tear you down. And come on, dude, find something else.
No, I agree. I got to see that Motley Crue movie. Now, Motley Crue was big. It was big in my childhood. My dad was a musician, so for some reason, Motley Crue was the band that always stuck with me. That was my very first concert. He took me when I was really young. I was a big fan of Motley Crue when I was a very, very young kid. And I would like to see that because I think the movie would be interesting just to see how they do and how they portray the group. And now that I didn't know that Machine Gun Kelly was it was Tommy Lee, but I'm now a bit interested into checking it out.
It's only been out for like 3 years now, dude. You got this.
Has it really been out that long?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 2.5, 3 years. Yeah. But Motley, I was never a big fan of Motley Crue. Their
did you
music.
Like Guns N' Roses? Let me ask you something. Did you like Guns N' Roses?
Yes.
Everybody who was a Guns N' Roses fan didn't like Motley Crue. Everyone who liked Motley Crue didn't like Guns N' Roses.
Yes, because Guns N' Roses were actually produced damn good music, great music. Motley Crue was all basic. Everything was stock. It was just
dark. I like the darkness of Motley Crue.
The darkness of Motley Crue,
a little bit more mainstream with their songs, with November Rain and Welcome to the Jungle, and their songs tended to go a little bit more mainstream. Where I like the Motley Crue.
Motley Crue was trying to. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to
go ahead. Good.
I was just saying, like Motley Crue's music was just all that glam rock, like every other, like Poison, Quiet Riot, Def Leppard,
Devil.
That's all.
These were all like satanic kind of songs.
No, they're pop satanic. It's kind of like that's like trying to say Avenged Sevenfold is hardcore because they had that one song called Nightmare.
Who in the 80s, prior to Metallica was dark like that? Nobody. It was just Motley Crue was
Metallica, Slayer,
well, that's a whole
Megadeth,
different genre. Slayer, guys like that. That's a whole different style of music. Yeah, you don't even compare that. I'm telling you, listen to Shout at the Devil. There's a half dozen songs I can think of right now. Check them out. I think you might understand what I'm saying if you do go back and listen to them. But how many times have you heard Welcome to the Jungle? How many times have you heard, all these Guns N' Roses songs were always overplayed. And it was because it was more acceptable.
Because it was good music. It was really good music. Really good music.
Slash was good.
Slash, Duff.
No.
Yeah.
I ain't like nobody named Muff.
Duff.
Muff and asshole. No, I'm out.
That's. Let's get our makeup on, guys, and go out on stage. Get our hairs all poofy. Fuck glam rock. I hate that shit.
No. Now, I remember watching the videos back that they used to make, like back in the day when they were a thing. These dudes were too fucking wild for glam rock, dude. I'm telling you, go back and watch old videos. Don't watch this remade video first.
But they know that's what they were, though. They were glam rock. They were that their music was trash.
No,
it was trash, terrible.
There ain't no. If you think talking about girls, guys riding motorcycles, getting loaded, banging chicks is trash.
It was just trash music. It was just trash music. It's terrible music. Terrible music.
But this being said, you at home could make your own decisions. Don't let this one persuade you. But one thing you will notice is if you were a Motley Crue fan, you don't like Guns N' Roses, and if you like Guns N' Roses, you don't like Motley Crue. It's just something I've always noticed in my life. I've noticed it when I was in school. I noticed it in the workplace. The two just don't have a lot of common fans.
If you graduated high school, you like Guns N' Roses. If you didn't graduate high school, you like Motley Crue. That was perfect. Oh shit, no. That ain't good. I lost Ryan completely. There he is. Damn, man. I thought you got mad at that one and said, fuck you, I'm out.
If you dropped out in 8th grade, you were wearing Motley Crue shirts.
That says a lot about you. No, it's like I'll listen to their songs when they come on because they are catchy. They are poppy, but they're just not that good.
They're not poppy. The poppy songs are poppy. They put a couple out to just keep that pop image to sell more records. Once
you're gonna kill me.
Once you hit the Theater of Pain album on, I'm not debating anything. They got real poppy. Home Sweet Home, Smoking in the Boys' Room. They were just trying to reach a larger crowd at that point. But prior to, they were dark. It was pentagrams on the front of their album covers. It just wasn't the same as Guns N' Roses. Again, it was just a darker thing. Again, we don't want to persuade you people, but go ahead, listen, make your own decisions, and get back to us and let us know.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Another one. Hell's Angel founder Sammy Berger dies at 83. The founder of the Hell's Angels, Mike, he passes away.
Wow. I thought, damn, 83. Whew. Damn, I trying to think. When were they founded? 40s, 50s?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because math is not my strong suit, but I figured how long they've been around. Like the original founder would have passed by now, but that's damn.
Yeah, I mean the picture they show, he's still sporting his jacket, the jackets they wear. So I mean, he was a lifer.
Well, yeah, and they're still the biggest one around, right? But
as far as I know, yeah.
As far as I know too, because God, man, they've gone into like not I don't want to say like mainstream, but they've tapped into like they're still pop cultural a touchstone. The people you say Hell's Angels anywhere in the US and people know, oh shit, yeah, Hell's Angels.
Yeah, no, I what's the other one? There's the Hell's Angels and something else. I can't think off the top of my head, but there's two main ones.
I can't think right now because now that you mentioned it, because I know it was I can't remember because I knew this because when I lived up in Sandusky, they always had like the bike rally, the bike week. Yeah, all the different like Hell's Angels would show up. I think like Satan's Outlaws would show up. Other like the other big one,
the Outlaws. Was it that? Does that sound right?
I don't know, but
Hell's Angels and the Outlaws
could have been. Yeah, but I just know like they would all come up, and then you had to watch out. Like you don't want to go to this bar because both of them are going to show up here. Last time this happened, that happened. So yeah,
we just had one not too long ago in a neighboring town where there was a big motorcycle gang fight. Guys were smashing each other over the head with hammers and chains, and yeah, they're still doing this thing, man.
Yeah, hey, they don't. Hey, that's their lifestyle. They don't mess around with it.
Another one. Vermont Ski Resort announces it will change its insensitive name. They're changing from the name known as Suicide 6. Suicide 6 is the present name. I think we're getting a little too sensitive. It's just a name of a ski resort, people. Let's not pussy up everything. Suicide 6 is just a name. It don't mean somebody's going to kill themselves. It don't mean you should kill yourself. Let's leave some things alone. Mike?
See, this is where I get in trouble because I'm pro suicide.
Yeah.
I think everyone should have the, we had a whole episode on this.
We did.
Yeah. And yeah, go back and listen to it. You'll be, I'm not saying go kill yourself, but no, I think everyone should have the right to. But you just keep the name. It's a damn good name, Suicide 6. It works. It's an alliteration. It works.
See, the thing is, we grew through a generation where you try to come up with the most scary, the most bizarre, the most to appeal to people for certain things. Now this next generation is coming up saying, why is this called suicide? Why is this called Murder Hill? Why is this called? Because it is. It's not telling you to kill yourself. It's not telling you to murder nobody. Yeah. Enjoy it, for fuck's sake. Go enjoy yourself in this life. Why is everybody so fucking insane? Jeez, oh, man. I'm going to burn through this in the next one, Mike, because we only have about 5 minutes left. All right?
Wow. Yeah.
Yes. Another one. PA state troopers accuse horse and buggy riders of DUI. Here in Pennsylvania, state troopers accuse 2 20-year-old males and 1 17-year-old male to be under the influence, while riding their horse and buggy.
Yeah, I know in Ohio you can get a DUI for riding your bicycle while drinking. It's just operating a vehicle while under the influence. So,
but who's really operating that vehicle? Isn't it
right? How you? I don't know. Unless you're all jacked up, and you're telling your horse to turn a certain way, and it turns into traffic, runs someone over. I don't know.
Yeah, and how the officer had to be watching these guys and. You're in your little.
I want to see that. I want to see that high speed chase.
Up,
I want to see that high speed chase.
Yes.
With one of those undercover Dodge Chargers, it gets a single horse. This horse is like, "What the fuck's going on? I can't beat that."
Mike. I tell you what, man. Why don't you go ahead and tell them about the website, and then we'll try to get you above 500 here.
dumyinzers.com. Over there you can find us at dumyinzers.com. We have links for our podcasts over for Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, and we also have our YouTube link for us, so you can see us if you like. The link to the merchandise store, it's 2-dumb-yinzers.spreadshop.com is for the merch store. The link's also on the website. We also have contact info on there for, you want to leave emails, get in touch with us or anything like that. But yeah, check out the site. It's amazing.
All right. Thank you, sir. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
This is the
last day of June, and you have a chance to have an over 500 record, which will negate your whole entire May record. That's going to be gone if you get this right, and it's a fresh slate starting over in July if you, in fact, get this next question right. You have
this.
All right. You got 8 correct, 8 incorrect. Here we go. You got your pencil? All right. What team was Mike Tomlin defensive coordinator for just before coming to the Steelers? What team was Mike Tomlin defensive coordinator for just before coming to the Steelers?
I got this in the bag. I know this.
I swear, if you get this wrong, I'll kill you.
Oh. I almost blurted out the wrong answer. I was like, wait. No. He's the DB coach on that team. I know this one.
All right, Mike. So let me read it one more time, just so we're all on the same page. What team was Coach Mike Tomlin defensive coordinator of just before coming to the Steelers? And of course, the answer, Mike, is
Minnesota Vikings.
And that is the correct answer. The Minnesota Vikings is the answer. And you were very correct. Your thought process was correct as well. He was defensive back coordinator, coach down in where?
Tampa Bay.
That's good. That was the only thing that I thought that you might stumble across while I was trying to figure this out.
Yep.
But you got it. You nailed it. The Minnesota Vikings were the answer, are the answer, and always will be the answer. So that takes you to 9-8, Mike. It was an unlikely comeback that you did.
Was too.
You came back from like 2 or 3 under, and you came back to finish 1 game under the last day of the year, the last day of the month. I'm sorry, to do this, Mike. We applaud you. And that means tomorrow we start over fresh. July 1, we will be back with a brand new question to try to stump Mike. However, we want to thank everybody so much. We want to thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, checking us out, listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube, following us on all the platforms that we are available on. Everybody, please continue to follow us and tune in. For Mike, Ryan,